La da 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 da. Lo do 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 da 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 da. La 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 la. Hello, boy. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
So, this week, Warhammer, if you're a big-time Age of Sigmar player, you're super excited. Because Age of Sigmar 3.0, the rules are out. Dominion box went on pre-sale this past weekend, and it is coming. You excited? Yeah, I'm about the same. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not like mad. I'm not like, oh, that's lame.
Age of Sigmar, grrr.
I mean, I like Age of Sigmar and all. I don't know. I guess I'm not. I'm not like as excited as I thought I'd be. Like I think I talked about this before. I think I was like, I was originally like super excited and I wanted to get that box. I was all about it. And, you know, it's Indomitus for Age of Sigmar, and that's cool. And I don't want anyone to get me wrong. Again, I like Age of Sigmar. I just am so excited about 40K right now. The state of 40K, the fact that gameplay is back in Warhammer stores, the fact that competitive play is back in place, the fact that we're getting back to normalcy, and that I have a new army that I want and happens to be super competitive right now. I mean, that's like majorly exciting to me.
Hello, Commodore.
So, what's on the bench? What we're doing tonight? I am building my Mechanicus. And the nice thing about having all this Mechanicus is that I really want to paint it. And so it motivates me to get her done. Yeah, that's me. I'm chasing the meta. No, I wanted Mechanicus.
If you was chasing the meta, you'd be, you know.
I'd be taking Lady D's Drakari and running through people.
That's fair.
But I'm not. Because I'm not about the meta. I'm about what's cool. It just so happens that what happens to be cool is me.
Sure.
La da 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 da. So yeah, we're building and chatting. We're talking about Age of Sigmar 3.0.
Yeah. It's quiet tonight.
Yeah. I think everybody's doing their thing tonight.
This is fair.
I think people are done with Big D.
They're not done with Big D. But people are busy and, people show up later.
They're done with the D.
Shut up.
I think I got them so overstimulated with a show yesterday, they didn't even need to come out today.
Oh no, Ben.
Ben, yeah. My man Ben. How are you, sir? So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't want anyone to get the impression that I'm not excited for 3.0. Like, one of our guys that runs local tournaments or has helped organize local tournaments, he wants to get a Path of Glory or Path to Glory, whatever it's called, campaign going at the store.
Sounds like fun.
Which is basically like an escalation league.
But a little bit more narrative.
A lot more narrative, actually. It runs like Crusade, from the way it's been explained to me. Which I think is great. I mean, I'm going to get involved.
Oh, Ben, I think it was Ben that was talking about joining the game.
Yeah, he was one of the people.
I forgot to add him to the...
He doesn't Discord.
He doesn't Discord?
He doesn't Discord.
Crap. That's okay.
It's okay. You'll see him on Saturday.
That's fair.
You'll be able to talk to him on Saturday. Because since Lady D is going to be gone and in California for the next 2 weeks.
Just trying to find an easy way to be able to contact everyone in the gaming group.
Well, Facebook. They're all part of the Saturday Night SmackDown group.
Yeah, but I don't want to bug everyone in that group chat with, like, hey, we're game.
No, but you can invite them to other groups.
Okay.
You do know how that works, right?
Yeah, hold on. Okay.
You're not completely technologically
Okay.
incompetent, correct?
Yeah.
And before you add anybody, okay, hang on. Before you get all up in there,
what?
You should probably talk to people first. Make sure people are interested. Make sure people are down. Don't just go randomly doing that, you know?
Listen here.
Like those
I've tried to...
You're like those chicks that randomly add people from Instagram to their OnlyFans account.
What? No, what? That has nothing to do with the situation we're talking about. What I am talking about is trying to make sure that the members of our gaming group who have been invited are able to be contacted by me so I get an idea of what people are looking for. That's all I'm asking.
So what you're saying is you're a gaming slut.
Oh my fucking God. I can just not run it. Like, that's an option too. I can just, drop the whole thing.
That's not you.
I thought you wanted me to run it. Sir?
What are you whinging about now?
He doesn't listen to me. He refuses to listen to me. I ask him questions. He's like, what?
You know why I don't listen to you?
You know why? Because he's old.
No.
He doesn't hear anything I say.
So tonight, I think while I am building up this Mechanicus force, we'll talk about what do you want out of Age of Sigmar? Because there is a lot, they've made the point that there's going to be a lot of changes as far as there's going to be a lot of lore-driven changes coming.
I don't know. That's kind of where I'm honestly at. I don't really have enough interest in Age of Sigmar even to be like reading it. Like that's kind of where I'm at. I've been how it's been for a little while. Like some of the Age of Sigmar lore is interesting, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but Age of Sigmar doesn't scratch the fantasy itch that Warhammer Fantasy did.
You realize the Age of Sigmar is set in the same fantasy world.
Yes, but it's entirely different both thematically and how the stories are told.
Yes, instead of being grim dark, it's noble bright.
And I have other fantasy settings when I want that kind of stuff. And even Age of Sigmar is still like, it's like they went, it's like they went halfway down that way and then dropped. And that's kind of my issue. They're like, oh, we're going to make it noble dark. But it's really just like, oh no, these are still like, no one's really the good guy still. Like, all the Sigmarites are still fucked up entirely. So you still don't want to root for anybody. And it just, when none of the lore kind of speaks to me, I just kind of don't really have interest either in playing or building. Like, a basis for it. I don't know. Like, there were factions I had genuine interest in Warhammer Fantasy. Like, I like the Bretonnians, I like the Lizard Folk, I like the High Elves, because like a lot of their stuff interested me. But
the High Elves are still the same.
They don't feel the same though. They're not as pompous or like one of.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they really are, dude.
I don't know. That's not from what I've read. They don't seem. They seem very heavily changed, and it doesn't. I don't know. I don't mind the setting. I think the setting is fine for what people want, but I don't know if it's for me.
I like Ben's point there. You build an army. Tell your own story. That's kind of one of the neater things I like about it.
I don't know.
He wants the Bretonnians to have their own codex. He wants a Green Knight. I mean, I'm not wrong.
They legitimately were, and my favorite faction, just lore-wise, Warhammer Fantasy. And I know that there's the whole thing where you can bring them in, but there's no...
They're still part of the lore.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to like get into it and like look at stuff and like I look at stuff on Tabletop Simulator. Some of the stuff like seems interesting. Some of even the rules seem kind of interesting. They seem different enough from 40K that I might like enjoy them because it's more melee heavy.
I agree. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
I like melee heavy like armies to begin with, but
yeah. See, I feel you, but at the same time, I don't know. The one thing I didn't think, I'll be honest with you, the one thing I didn't think I'd like, because I wanted it to feel different than 40K, it's kind of funny. I like the look of the Stormcast. I really do.
Yeah.
I like the look of the Stormcast.
I hate their helmets, but the rest of their armor looks great. That's totally fair. Like, their aesthetic is...
I love their aesthetic. I don't like the way they play. I mean, I'm finding out now that I'm like... and it's maybe because I've only played them a very tiny bit. I've tried messing around with them a bit. When I go Saturday... No, actually, it's a thing, Commodore. The Bretonians had a lot of magic, too.
They had magic. They had the whole Grail Knight thing, and Grail Knights are just super cool. I don't know, man. And then the whole idea of just them as a faction and how their faith works and how their idea of knighthood works. Plus, like, they did kind of have the Guardsman thing where they have a lot of, like, fodder to bog down the enemy while your big units, like, do cool stuff. Like, you have, like, all the freaking militia and the peasants to, like, block up sight lines and areas so that...
And that's what I was saying. I really think you should look... Honestly, I really think you should look at the Cities of Sigmar book. Because... there's like a lot of this stuff ended up in the Cities of Sigmar. And especially now if they're talking, like the way the new edition's going to go, like I'm thinking like most Bretonians are going to come back. They're going to be like one of the cities that were lost into the chaos and return.
That's fair.
Because that was what they were talking about in the thing. It's like all these lost being, I think the Cities of Sigmar, at least as far as order goes, are going to become far more important and far more significant.
That's fair.
Which I think is cool. Here's the joke, and here's your head way below it. No. Here's the joke and humor, and here's what you said.
Yeah, no, I know that is an option. I do get it. I get it, Ben. And I also have to get the figures, and figures are not easy because they're not really in print as far as I can tell.
I have a 3D printer. They're always in print.
Yeah, but okay. But your 3D, I don't want to take up all the time.
I got nothing to do with my 3D printer right now. I'm running a Shadowrun game. I'm going to be using for all that, all my Necromunda shit. I know you hook it up the printer. That's part of the reason I haven't been all like, I got to get this printer going, because I really don't have anything to do with it right now. I really don't.
I have some ideas that I might need
it
for, especially because for the Dark Heresy game, there are some figures I do want to look at.
That I don't already have? That's shocking. Like what?
I need to figure out what I'm using for your guys' Inquisitor. Can you 3D print dice and make them balanced?
Yes, but they suck. I don't like the resin for that. You could do it with a plastic printer better. I don't like doing it with a resin printer because the resin can be a little brittle. So you clack them together and throw them, you'll eventually start chipping and cracking them. Yeah. Not worth it. It's so much better to just go on eBay. Yeah. You're actually absolutely correct. Highland Miniatures makes really good Britons. I actually got some from one-page miniatures or one-page rules. They got a bunch of Bretonian-looking dudes with, guys on horses and some really good stuff. There's a lot of options out there. But on the flip side is, I'm not trying to poo-poo what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from in that, your Bretonians, they were in the old Warhammer Fantasy, they were a major deal, and now they're nobody. The other thing to realize is that the old world is coming. And I think when the old world comes, you're going to see because the whole idea is all those old factions are going to get refreshes.
That's fair. And I like the rules of Age of Sigmar. Like, don't get me wrong. I much prefer the idea of the rules of Age of Sigmar because the rules of Age of Sigmar make much more sense than the old Warhammer Fantasy rules did.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, those last edition of Warhammer Fantasy,
and because that's my thing. I don't want to play Warhammer Fantasy. I want to play Age of Sigmar, but I want to use Warhammer Fantasy stuff because the lore, to me, is more... There's a lot of Warhammer Fantasy lore that kind of draws me in a lot more. And some of the Stormcast stuff, definitely draws me in. There's some of the Stormcast lore that I legitimately do enjoy. The idea of the Stormcast is cool. They really are cool. They're almost a little too bright for me for Warhammer setting.
Except they're not that bright, dude. They're actually one of the darker factions.
No, I mean aesthetically. They're very... Okay. So, it's... You've seen how I've tried to paint my Space Marines, and, I want my Space Marines to feel bright because a lot of the other stuff is dark in that kind of area. And that was kind of what I wanted with them. But I kind of liked I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I
don't know. You can paint them. You can paint your shit however you want, dude. And you can make them look, and you can put your lore behind them however you want.
No, that's fair.
I mean, that is...
And there's a lot of stuff I like about the Sigmarites. There's a lot of stuff I like about the other factions. My favorite of the Age of Sigmar factions is the Lizardmen. Straight up. I think the Lizardmen, they look so good. They seem like fun to play. If I were to pick a faction that's just Age of Sigmar...
As long as they're not skinks. Ben, tell them about skinks.
Skinks exist? Is that it?
No, there's a line. Apparently there's somebody who plays skinks in our group, and that's their entire army. Almost their entire army is skinks. And there's a line about skinks. It's not very flattering.
No, I don't want skinks. I want lizardmen riding giant dinosaurs. That's what I want. I want them to ride giant dinosaurs and beat people to death with giant monsters.
Nobody likes David's skink specifically.
I want to put a T-Rex on the table, a dude on its back going, "Hi. It's time to die." I don't really like their leaders, but I've never liked the lizard folk leaders. The big, I don't know.
What? The old dude's back. The lizard man that's immortal but can't die. But if he dies, he can come right back on the table. Lord Toad, I think his name.
Yeah, the Slan. I've never liked their aesthetic because to me it almost takes away from the rest of the Lizardmen's aesthetic. It's not bad. It's not I'm saying oh, you shouldn't run them. It's me saying they don't fit with the rest of the aesthetic that I associate the lizard folk with, the lizardmen with.
Except he's been their leader.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with that. That's fair.
The British are weird, dude. You have to remember, the British are freaking
But the
weird.
Slan have always been
Lord Croak is amazeballs. I know he is. He's crazy.
I've never really liked the slan like aesthetically, so that's just
man.
I don't know. Would it be something I would enjoy painting? That's kind of the thing.
What? You spray paint them one color, you dip them in some wash, you're done.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I don't know.
Well, then, so you do a star priest. They have star priests.
Where are the star priests?
What's a star priest?
Yeah. I don't recognize it by name. I'm just...
It's a skink in Aztec headgear. It's hilarious and awesome looking. No, he's awesome looking.
I do love the Aztec aesthetic for the...
And Lord Croak's giant Aztec chair. He's awesome.
Yeah. Oh.
He's hilarious.
Okay, let me look at this. Because from what I've seen, okay. You said his name is Croak?
Lord Croak. Kroak. Croak. Like a frog.
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know, man.
He is amazing.
That
is an awesome looking figure.
It is. It's an awesome looking figure, but it doesn't speak to me like the rest of the Lizardmen folk.
Okay, now look up a star priest.
Okay.
Because remember, they're lizards from outer space.
Priest. That's adorable.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
I told you.
Look how cute he is. He has feathers all over him.
Yeah.
It's a feather cloak.
Because remember,
that's adorable.
In GW's lizard man lore, the lizards are the Aztecs from outer space.
Now let me pull up Warhammer. Let's just look at some of the armies, because maybe I just haven't looked, and this might be a good time since all the Age of Sigmar stuff isn't going on, so maybe I should look.
I'm telling you should play.
What?
Fire. What is it? The fire.
I don't want to play dwarves.
Dude, they're not dwarves. They're axes with beards.
They are dwarves. They actively are dwarves. And I don't know. Dwarves are your thing. Dwarves have never really been my thing.
That's because you're lame.
No, just...
No, you're lame. Fire Slayers are awesome. $18 wounds that reset every phase. That's hilarious.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. You have to basically kill him in one shot, or he gets better. That's hilarious.
Okay, so let's just go order. Maybe sort of the order. Let's see. Daughters of Cain.
Your mom plays those.
Oh yeah, those are elfy Medusa ladies.
No, they're just psycho elves.
Oh, they're dark elves. Okay.
No, they're not. The dark elves are coming.
Okay.
They're psycho elves. They're psycho, violent Amazonian elves.
Okay. Let's look at Idoneth.
The Ildeneth. They're sea elves.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they got a giant turtle.
I remember liking some of these figures. We went by, the aspect of the sea was cool. God, these figures are so expensive, though. I could not afford to build a fucking...
You could if you had a job.
I wouldn't want to spend that much money on them.
Why not?
Because I don't...
You buy box sets. You buy a box set, and you start from there.
Oh, those are just fucking mech boys.
Who are mech boys?
Caradon Overlords.
No, they're steampunk mercenary...
No.
Dwarves.
Lumineth Realm Lords.
Oh. The high elves.
Mm.
The very elves. No, they actually look just like the old high elves, except now with more cow. I love them. I've actually still thought about going back, and because I know where there's a couple of those Sylvaneth High Elf box kits are. I thought about going and getting one of them.
Stormcast Eternals, they look great. Sylvaneth. I've heard good things about the Sylvaneth.
Sylvaneth, basically Wood Elves.
Yeah, I've always liked... No, I don't think it was the High Elves that I liked. It was the Wood Elves that I liked.
Wood Elves are great.
Wood Elves are cool. Fucking tree people and dryads and shit.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Okay. I mean, they look kind of cool. I do actually really like their aesthetic. Now let's look at Grand Alliance Chaos.
Yeah, they're demons. They're demons and they're classic. Although the classic Slaves to Darkness army is the classic, good old-fashioned Chaos army.
Blades of Corn. Are the Blades of Corn just like Khornate demons?
No, they're also Chaos cultists. And Chaos Lords. That's the army your mom was painting. You saw them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, they're cool looking. They're those guys right there.
Okay. They look good.
Yeah, they do. If you have any complaint...
No, the figures look good. That's not a question. Slaves of Dark. God, Archaon's fucking figure is so good. It's such a good fucking figure. I'm sorry, but jeez. Just looking at that thing, it's one of the coolest figures I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And the Slaves of Darkness models just get cooler and cooler the more you look at them.
Yeah.
I love the Chaos Knights. I love the...
And they have a start collecting box that comes with a really great starter. You should look up the Slaves to Darkness start collecting box.
Oh, look.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
The Godsworn Hunt seem... Okay. Chaos Lord, no. And there's Be'lakor. He's a thing now.
Be'lakor. Oh my god. What a gorgeous figure.
Can you put him and Archaon in the same army?
Yeah.
Spend all your points.
Worth it. You win.
Spire Tyrants are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Chaos Lord of Manticore. Chaos Sorcerer of Manticore. Chaos War Shrine. Slaves of Darkness. The Unmade.
I love the Unmade.
I could use the Untamed Beasts with this too.
Yeah, you totally could.
Iron Golems.
They're not really good though. I mean, that's the problem.
The Iron Golems are kind of okay. I've never really liked their
The whole thing. Unfortunately, the cultists that you use to run in Warcry, they're all Slaves of Darkness, but none of them are really good for the game. For Age of Sigmar, they're basically just extra fancy cultists.
Chaos Marauders are kind of cool. But I've always liked Chaos Marauders.
That's what I'm saying.
Do we have a lot of Chaos players in the Age of Sigmar? Like local community?
I don't even know that we have a lot of Age of Sigmar. I didn't even realize until recently how many Age of Sigmar players we actually had.
And I love the Chaos Warriors aesthetic.
That's what I'm saying.
The Chaos Warriors just look good.
Slambo is king. Slambo is still king.
Maybe if I go Age of Sigmar, I'll go Chaos.
Like I said, the Slaves to Darkness starter box is still a real.
Can you mix Slaves to Darkness with Beasts of Chaos and stuff?
Absolutely, you can mix Chaos with Chaos, just like you can mix Order with Order.
I thought there was special rules.
There are.
They count as different detachments or something.
You have to have a primary army, and then so many parts of an allied army.
And the Ogres look good as usual.
Ogres are destruction.
No, the Dragon Ogres.
Oh. 3.0 might even change that. Yeah. Skaven! Oh my god! Skaven is actually another army I've actually thought about wanting to get into. Because Skaven are just crazy. I love them. They're just Skaven, nuts. But come on.
Okay, no, the reason I don't like Skaven is there's just...
What? They're crazy. I love them.
And I don't know.
They're nuts balls.
Not really my thing. They're cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not cool. Skaven are cool. Warpstone dust and all that freaking lovely joke.
Smoking the Warpstone.
But Skaven have never really been my thing when it comes to Warhammer Fantasy overall. No, like, I mean, they look...
They're adorable.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. They're adorable. They're the best little boys.
No,
look at the little ratties. They're so cute.
No, they're not. Stop it.
They're cute.
Hedonites of Slash is probably just demons, isn't it?
No, they're humans and demons. That's
they're Sigvold. There's Sigvold.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's my army.
Oh, fucking Sigvold.
I got to get a Sigvold. Except I mainly just did demons. I'm actually thinking about getting some of the... If I continue and go kind of nuts with it, I might actually get, like... some of the other human units that come with it.
Oh, their fucking figures look so good.
Yeah,
the Myrmidesh Painbringers.
Yeah.
Ugh. Fucking, why do they fucking look so good? Fucking Slaanesh.
Slaanesh is the best.
World Disciples of Tzeentch. Do they have anything cool?
Does Tzeentch have anything cool? Does Tzeentch have anything cool?
Like, cool looking, because, like, most of their stuff's like in Warhammer Fantasy tends to be like demons and stuff.
No.
They have the Kairos Fate Weaver.
I mean, they got the demons, but they've also got other stuff, dude.
Do they? Because I'm not seeing anything so far. I'm just seeing demons here. Demon. Chaos Spawn. Demon. Oh, they have a Curseling Eye of Tzeentch. I don't think he's a demon. Well, he might be a demon, actually. I can't tell. That's a demon. I don't know, dude. I think, like, all the Tzeentch stuff on here are demons.
No, because they had a box release last year. They had a box release last year where it's not just demons. Like, it was kind of a big deal. It was a cool looking stuff.
That's fair.
But even if it is just demons, blue horrors and pink horrors are the absolute worst. They exist to make other people's lives miserable. They're like a tar pit.
That's fair. Not really. I don't really like how they look compared to the other demon types, but I don't know. No, I prefer like Nurgle demons and fucking.
Oh, you should look up the Maggotkin.
I'm looking at the Maggotkin. The Maggotkin are really cool. I really like how the Maggotkin look.
Yeah, they're great.
Now moving past Chaos, because that's all the Chaos. Well, okay, fine.
And Skaven.
I'll look at the Skaven. Yeah, I know the demons work in both, but I mean. Okay, let's look at Skaven. Grand Alliance, Chaos, Skaven. No, not Slaves of Darkness. I said Chaos. You said... God, this is annoying. Stop. Stop clicking on things that I haven't clicked on. Okay. Chaos, Skaven. Look at what we got for Skaven. Warlock Bombardier, not bad. Skaven Pestilence, kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
Thanquil and Bone Ripper, that's a very pretty model.
Which one?
This one.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Oh, well, you should see their big lord. I mean, the Doom Wheel is great, but they have like the rat god, like the rat god has like an avatar. It's their equivalent of a greater demon. He is the coolest looking figure.
Arch Warlock, Grace here, Claw Lord.
I'm telling you, dude. Skaven are the bomb.
To be honest, if I were to go Chaos, I'd probably go Demon Heavy anyway, because so I can use it in 40k as well. Because 40k is still going to be my.
The thing is, what I would like, if I did Skaven, I do them all as white. I do them all as pinkies.
Yeah, I'm not seeing this thing you're talking. Help Abomination go. I'm not seeing him. What's he called?
He's like the the I think he's called the Manifestation of the Rat Lord or something like that. He's this massive figure.
I haven't seen anything like that.
Well, you're looking on your phone.
Oh. It's still going to have all the options. Vermin Lord Corruptor, Vermin Lord Warmbringer, Lord Screech Vermin King.
Oh, there he is right there.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that.
It's not a bad figure. That's actually really cool.
That's a great figure. He's awesome balls.
Yeah. I'm not. What I'm saying, hey, it's a good figure. I'm not saying like, oh, like any of these are bad, but like most of these are not like pulling to what I'm looking for. The Flesh-eating Courts are cool though.
And vampires.
The vampires are cool. Fuck you. All right, what in Grand Alliance Death looks? I don't really like. Well, I like the Night Haunt, but not for like they're not something I would play.
The Osiark Bone Reapers are cool looking.
They're like undead and night and stuff.
No, they're like bone zombies. I mean, they're like what do you call it? Like bone what do you call it? Like bone golems.
They have all these fucking like skeleton knights and shit, dude.
Yeah, they're like bone golems.
What are the Soul Blight Grave Lords? I don't know anything about that.
Vampires.
Are they also vampires?
They're vampires.
Really?
Vampires.
They don't look like vampires. They look like zombies.
Look at their lords.
There's Nagash.
Well, Nagash is the lord of everybody dead.
That's fair. Ruckor the Beast.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. The thing about they did with Age of Sigmar is they immediately populated it with a ton of shit, which again is cool, but sometimes it's a bit much to take in all the stuff they added.
Sons of Bemet.
The Giants.
They're okay.
Well, they're good-looking figures. They're just you buy they're knights. they're Imperial Knights for 40K. I mean for what do you call it? For Age of Sigmar.
Auric Warclans.
Yeah.
Godrak, the Fist of Gork. Mega Boss on a Moor Crusher. Savage Big Boss.
I mean, again, they're cool. They're very cool.
But they're kind of shifting the aesthetic.
No, that's a different group of orcs.
That's fair.
Who knows if they're going to shift all the orcs?
Okay.
See, that's the thing. Like I said, Age of Sigmar is cool. I mean, it's not my first choice for game. Again, not going to lie. I am a 40K nerd. I love my 40K.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason's been trying for a couple years now to get me into 30K. And 30K sounds cool. 30K's biggest problem is that, to me, the rules are super complicated because they're the old 7th edition rules.
That's fair. Do you think they're ever going to update 30K?
No. No. They would lose all their Grognar support if they updated 30K. That's kind of the point of 30K. We're doing old rules because it's an old game and they're old things and old players and old.
That's fair.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the aesthetics of 30K. There's a lot of models. I mean, heck, your Terminators are technically a 30K model. Oh, they're technically a 30K model that we co-opted for 40K.
Yeah, the Sigmar stuff is okay. I don't know. What's up?
This is a hard model to put together in some aspects.
Fair.
Don't get me wrong, I dig it.
Oh, I'm tired. Oh, crap.
Well, we got 3 hours of show left, kid. You ain't
What? Hold on. What? We have 40 minutes of show left. We end at 9. Good sir.
Hold on to my drink.
No. I'm leaving at 9. Like, that's how it works. Shut up, Vay. You're in the wrong time zone.
You're required to wear a train conductor hat when you play 30K. Yeah, you know, I don't bemoan any game system, especially those by Games Workshop. I like their stuff. Jason was talking about in the chat today about how he's realizing that he might start agreeing with me that some of the last bunch of the 30K books are just getting to be too much. I think they produce too many books at this point. There's too many books because it's too many writers writing too much, trying to drag the storyline out and monetize as much as possible. I mean, they're on like their 50th some odd book in the series. And I had made the point earlier. I honestly believe they could have done the entire 30K setting in 9 books.
Yeah.
3 before the heresy, 3 the actual heresy, 3 the Siege of Terra. Do it like Dragonlance.
I mean, that's fair.
And it still sold a lot of books, and then they could have moved on to some other property by this point.
The Games Workshop gives them lots of money.
Games Workshop is them. That's the point. That's the thing. They're their own publishing house. So, I mean,
it's fair.
It's kind of like the Dritz books at this point. Oh, God, what's he going to do now? I mean...
yeah. Oh, man. Don't say they're going to bait. He hates everything to do with Dritz. Every last bit. Which is not unfair. It's kind of...
Well, I mean, but that's the whole thing. Dritz is like a Mary Sue, and unfortunately, it's getting to be that way with the Siege of Terra books. It's like everybody. I mean, they've been building this tension for 58 books. You get to a point where you're just like, oh my God, somebody kill the Emperor. Let's get this shit over with already. You know, Horace was right. God.
Wow. I'm sorry. No,
I did too. I love the first. I love the first 3 books.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love the first 3 books.
I've only read the first 2, I think. Oh, I don't actually remember. Yeah, I think I've read the first 2, and I didn't get far enough to really mind Dritz, because he seems fine. Like, he's kind of cool. He has a cool panther. Like, but that's all I kind of remember. He uses scimitars and has a cool panther. That's his whole character. I got more excited when I was reading about his panther getting summoned than when he was fighting people.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I can't stand his writer because he killed Chewbacca.
He did kill Chewbacca.
Even though that's not canon anymore.
That doesn't make him any less to blame for killing Chewbacca. He made the choice in his career to kill Chewbacca. He suffers for it. You'll never be forgiven, even if it's made not canon. Hello, Artemis.
All right, we're almost done with this gun. Yeah, and
D&D, okay. To be fair, D&D in favorite settings, like bringing back characters is kind of like how D&D works. Once you get to a certain level, you just death isn't really a problem. It's 1,000, 10,000 gold. Cool.
But that's the problem with trying to do books in a universe like D&D, like Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
Because death is not permanent. When there's no permanence in death, you've now taken out your greatest risk, your greatest flaw, your greatest worry. You've removed the one thing that you could truly worry people about with your story.
Which is actually something I like about 40K. Because 40K, that's not the greatest risk. The greatest risk is not dying. Death is kind of like one of the better alternatives. For most characters, falling to chaos and turning into a monster. And I like that. That's part of why I like 40K so much, is because, like, somehow they gave a worse alternative to death, and it feels like a worse alternative. You know?
Speak for yourself. I want to be a Slaneshi demon.
Oh my fucking God. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Stop it.
Mm-hmm. You gotta be a Nurgle. Nurgle.
I mean,
no. I mean, yeah, chaos is. I guess that's the point. That's why you like Warhammer Fantasy. Because, I mean, yeah, death is an alternative. But falling to chaos, which I just think was great because everybody lost. Game's over, we lost. Fuck.
That might be part of why I don't like Age of Sigmar as much. Because
they lost and they're trying to get it back?
You don't really have characters falling to chaos anymore. It's not really a thing in Age of Sigmar. Like, you look at it and like that's not a risk. Like, no one ever considers that as a risk when, like, you're just reading the material. It's just fighting and dying. And I think that might be part of why I'm not as interested. I don't know, because, like, everyone's going to die in this grand scale battle. Like, it doesn't matter. And especially because the Sigmar, the Stormcast can come back from it, can't they? If that's their big thing, is they just get back up?
Well, yeah, but every time they come back, they lose a little bit of themselves every time.
And maybe if we had some context for that,
Well, if you read the novels, you'd have context.
I don't know. I've read some of the stuff, but like maybe I just need to read some more. That might help. Might help. I don't know. And that's fair, Ben. Like I'm not saying there's no merit to it. I'm not trying to say like there's no merit to like liking Age of Sigmar or its lore. It's just I'm trying to explain why I don't.
I do this all the time, Ben. I'm trying to make him justify his hate.
I don't hate it.
No, but you know what I mean, being a hater, and you do hate on things sometimes. And I try to make you justify it because sometimes I think you hate on things because you don't want to like it.
That's fair. I can't disagree with you on that. There is definitely some stuff that like I dislike via the principle of it, which isn't exactly good, but
it's called critical thinking, son. It make you think about why do you dislike something. If you dislike it because everybody says it's cool, then that's not a valid reason to dislike something. But if you dislike something because you don't like the aesthetic, okay, that's fine. See here, and this is the craziest thing. I'm like the worst when it comes to this. Because here's what I know about the lore about Age of Sigmar. Chaos won, and the good guys trying to fight back. And I know some stuff happened. I know Nagash did some stuff, and there was some betrayal and stuff. And that's it. That is the entirety of really the lore I know. You know why? Mm-hmm. Because I like the pretty figures. And I want to play the game because the figures are pretty.
Yeah,
unlike 40K, where you and I have driven your mom absolutely nuts talking about the lore of some obscure, weird bullshit about a single figure and why, well, they can't do that because this character, blah, 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 you know, and driven your mom absolutely nuts to the point of get out because of it. But again, I haven't read a lot of the novels. I read a few of them, but I read the crap out some codexes. And I do read a lot of short stories. I do read the magazine a lot. But I got to admit, I like reading codexes. I love all the supplemental crap in the codexes.
I think where I'm kind of at, I prefer Warhammer 40K just overall.
Oh, well, I do too. Don't get it twisted. 40K is where it's at. Because swords are cool, but bolters win. And power swords are even better. But I like this. I don't get me wrong. I like Age of Sigmar. I'm just having a hard time getting excited for it because I'm looking at all the really cool stuff I have going on in 40K right now. Like this awesome tank that I'm almost done building. That I'm just like, you know, this is so cool. You know, like it's the best. Ooh. So it's kind of hard to be like, well, because I don't think, again, I want to be clear. 40K is, I mean, Age of Sigmar is not lame to me. I like Age of Sigmar. I wouldn't have spent as much money on the figures and on the game if I thought it was dumb. I think it's, I think it's awesome. Like, I could honestly say in Age of Sigmar, game-wise, I think Warcry is a better game than Kill Team. I think it's better set up.
So much finicky stuff you can do with Kill Team that kind of just there is some issues. I like Kill Team, I really do, but I
like Kill Team too. I think I honestly I like Kill Team, but I honestly, personally think, and it's an opinion thing, but I personally think that I think Warcry is a much better designed skirmish game.
No, I agree. That's fair.
It's one of the reasons I want to get that. What is it? Catacombs. Warcry is very cool. I want to get Catacombs. I want to play some more Warcry. I haven't played it in a while. And that's the other problem, is that I've been playing so much Warhammer lately, which I'm happy about, that I haven't been able to really play much of anything else.
Yeah.
In the whole Warhammer gamut of goodness. So I'm glad for people that like Age of Sigmar getting a new edition, because everything I've read about the rules and the way it plays, it should play better. And that's always a bonus. Having a good system play better is awesome.
Sorry.
Daka gun Daka. Yeah, having a good system play better is always a bonus. Gaunt's Ghosts are out. They make me think that there's going to be a new Astra Militarum book coming sooner rather than later. I heard their rules are really jacked up, though. Apparently, because of a poor wording in the rules, there is, and I didn't watch the entire video through. I need to go through it all. But if you go out to Auspex Tactics, apparently one of Gaunt's Ghost guys have a special set of rules with his gun that basically lets him do like near infinite damage around to a single target. Jesus. Yeah, I think obviously they'll fix it. But yeah, I agree though too. I think I believe honestly and truly, and I think they deserve it. I think Thousand Suns and the Grey Knights need their shit. I'll be honest, I think they need to put the whole codexes on speedy delivery.
That's fair. I'm about to throw that dog.
Can you go see what's wrong with the dog? What is wrong with that animal?
Hey! You're tiny. Not scary.
Productive night, though. Almost done with our little crawler.
Stop it. No one likes you.
I like the Gaunt's Ghosts, guys. I think they look cool. I kind of really want to get them for my army, but I kind of don't, because they're a specific unit and they're not any of the army, not any of the specific, because I mean they're the Tanith first and something or other. So they're their own.
First and only.
Yeah, China first and only. So they literally are their own dudes, and that's it. So, do the Tanith have their own, rules?
They're just going to come out with like the most busted rule set.
They have the same rules that everybody who plays guard is playing. There's basically a custom chapter or custom regiment that practically anybody who's playing guard right now is playing as their contingent, because it's two rules. It's like anytime I fire random shots, I get to roll twice and pick one, and all my vehicles get to heal every round, like a wound every round.
What the fuck?
Because they're kit bashed or they're masters or whatever. It's out of the Greater Good book. And it's like everybody that's playing with tanks takes those two rules, because that's what tanks do. They get random shots and they get to repair every round.
Auto succeed all leadership tests.
I don't know about auto succeed. I know there's one of them, one of the existing, that like gets to ignore all modifiers.
Nah, auto succeed all leadership tests. Like I forget which one. One of the
I think it's the Mordians. They basically just go, eh.
No, it's a new one. It's a new one that they add specifically for the 10th first only. Auto succeed on all leadership tests.
Is that his thing?
His boys are just so loyal. Or more than likely, it's while you have this unit in play, all of your guardsmen squads succeed on all leadership tests. That's a much more likely rule for that specific figure.
Well, seeing the changes that they've made to the Imperial Guard, to the Astra.
Astra Militarum?
Not Astra Militarum. The Adeptus Mechanicus. Seeing the changes they've made to them with their data tethers, a lot of people are surmising that they're going to change Voxcasters to be similar to how the data tethers work.
That's fair.
Because in essence, they were the same piece of equipment beforehand.
Would be nice.
Well, it'd be nice because what it does is it lets somebody who has a Voxcaster, if I have a Voxcaster and you have a Voxcaster, I can use my leadership on you from across the board.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Don't you give up on me, Steve. Shoot that gun. Don't you run. We got this. I just needed a whole position. Hold. I got this. You just hold there. We're coming.
I want to see the Commissar punch out a Chaos Space Marine. As all things should be. Perfectly balanced.
I want to see a Commissar Tank Commander hit somebody with his Bane Blade.
Oh, it's a puppy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
All right. Well, I think we're going to end up a little early tonight because we don't got a topic tonight. I'm just building. And you're being distracted by the dog.
Yes.
So that being said,
because that's the thing. The main thing on my mind is the whole game thing. So that's where a lot of my focus is at least. I know I talked about it a lot yesterday.
Fair. Big D and Little D banter. Little D! That's him, he's the Little D. Actually, I think I'm the Little D compared to you now.
Shut up. No. No, you're not. You're definitely bigger. I don't know. It's just like I want to bog down your. He's a good boy.
Yes, but he's clawing at me and he has long doggy claws. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. He's a big blockhead. That's what he is. No, but like, yeah, that's kind of what my...
No.
Okay, gotta go. That's kind of what my focus is right now with a 40K, is trying to figure out what I'm doing with this game and getting that all together and getting the players all in the same like chat group so I can discuss things with them.
That's not happening.
It makes it easier for me because I can communicate with everyone at the same time.
That's not happening.
Because Hereticus is probably we're going to go because it's just the easiest and has the most like applicable options.
I want to go Xenos because I want me some Necron technology.
And just because you go for Order Hereticus does not mean you're not going to deal with Xenos tech.
Mm-mm.
It just means what your order's focus is.
I want to figure out
how to shoot a Gauss rifle. Whatever their fucking things are called.
How to make a Gauss toaster.
No, stop. Stop. No memes.
It's not a meme.
No memes allowed.
Gauss toasters.
No memes allowed.
Gauss toasters are the most loyal boys ever.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, you are just being a pain in my ass, aren't you? Yeah, you are.
But it's... I don't know. I'm excited. I think the game's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I think you overthink things.
It's a game I want to run and I want it to be good. Yes, I'm overthinking it because it hasn't started yet.
Yep.
And that's not going to change until I have everything on the table and we're actually playing. Because at some point we need to get together. And
then you're going to get in one session and be like, I'm trash. You're going to quit the game.
No, I'm not. I don't do that. I just need communication from my players. It's what I need. It's important.
Shooting a stubber. I really like these new Mechanicus figures. They're just so...
That's fair. They're pretty nice.
I want to get this one done tonight. Because I'm going to go kill Commodore with it on Saturday.
Yeah, right.
No, actually, Commodore and I are getting together on Saturday to tech up some, since I haven't played my loyal Toaster Boys yet. Since I haven't played my most loyal Toaster Boys yet, I want to learn how to play them properly. Now that is a gun.
It's very nice. There's a Sentinel with 4 legs instead of 2 legs.
Yes. We gave you guard the first one we thought of. Then we thought, well, if it moves fast and can carry one gun on 2 legs, What happens if we give it 4 legs and add an extra portion to the back of it? Can it carry more guns? Well, of course it can. Do 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 do. I gotta put his head on, and I think that finishes him. Oh no, I gotta put his ammo box on too. But yeah, that is a Doom Crawler. Basically done. It's very fancy. I'm gonna requisition one eventually.
For the Dark Heresy game?
Yes.
That could be cool. Because eventually you want to get castling robots and shit.
No.
No?
I just want to shoot people. I'm a little violent dude.
Is that it's not a transport, is it?
No. It doesn't transport. It's a corpse maker.
You guys will be able to eventually figure out, like, get your own transport vehicles, have your own, like, detachment attached to the squad. So when you guys deploy on a planet, you can have, like, dudes already getting to work in helping you set up a base of operations. It'll be cool to, like, mix different orders working on that. Because you'll have, like, some Mechanicus boys, and Jess might have some freaking Sisters of Battle all working on it at the same time.
Smile, boys, smile.
I think that'll be cool. And then Commodore will have just guardsmen who are frantically in panic, just like, get it to the right place. The commissar's coming.
I don't have a head. He doesn't have a head. Oh, there's the head. I'm like, where's my head? How come my loyal boy doesn't have a head?
They're probably not going to meet any Custodes anytime soon in the campaign.
I want a Custody.
No, we're not getting a Custody.
I want a pet Custody.
No. You might be able to work with a...
I have oil.
You might have a chance to work with some Custodians at some point far down the line. Once you guys are important.
Important.
You guys are essentially grunts within the fucking Inquisition. They send you on missions to go handle stuff.
That's the thing. I don't want to be famous. You know what the problem being famous is? They look at you too much.
Well, you'll be famous within the Inquisition.
I don't want to be famous.
Well, it's kind of how Dark Heresy works. The longer you work for the Inquisition, the more well-known you become, the more influence you gain, the less stealthy you are. Well, you guys aren't going to be stealthy anyway. You have a Sister of Silence, a Sister of Battle, a Commissar, and a Tech Priest. And that's just what we have so far. What kind of stealth are you expecting to have? You roll up on a planet and everyone's like, oh, fuck, it's the Inquisition. Oh, no.
We are the most loyal of boys.
And you want things like this and you're expecting subtlety?
No, I don't want subtlety. I just don't want to be famous.
Well, that's going to be a problem. Because if you do well in the Inquisition, you're going to become recognizable. And influence is kind of the name of the game in the Inquisition. Because the more influence you have, the better toys you can get, and the more guys you can call up on your personal causes.
I don't want guys. I just want the toys.
Well,
all right.
Influence for toys.
We are all done with our loyal boy, except for his head. He has no head. He needs a head.
To attach the two pieces.
You
need to attach the top and bottom.
No, I'm going to be painting them separately. If I had thought about it differently, I'd have done the same with the other one. I wouldn't have attached the top because this is the one color. Then those legs would just be silver.
Okay.
So that is the bottom part. That's the top part. Here's the bottom part. We are done. So that's a perfect note to sign off on. One show, one stream. Once again, one vehicle completed.
Yeah.
Very nice. Final thoughts. Age of Sigmar 3.0.
Yeah.
Cruel Boys. Think about it.
Yeah.
Because if I get the box, it's going to be your army. Because you can't afford anything else.
If you give me that to work on, I'm not going to paint them for Age of Sigmar. I'm giving you fair warning. I'm going to paint them for fantasy.
You're not going to paint them.
That's fair.
That's fair. My thoughts on Age of Sigmar 3.0. I will play it. I'm not going to buy the box. I want to, but I don't. But I might. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck. So, that being said, the big thing is enjoy what you play. Yeah, play what you enjoy what you play. Make the best out of it. And don't bring other people down. If you're not happy with it, that's fine. Play what you like. Yeah, it's all good. I don't get on anyone else for playing games that I think are dumb. I have a better idea. How about you buy it and give me your digital rule book? All right.
Don't be mean.
Well, I need the rule book to be able to play. Because that's the other thing. I got to start clearing out old rule books. I have old rule books that are no longer valid. They need to be gotten rid of.
What if someone wants to play 8th edition?
They can buy my rule books then.
What if someone wants to play 7th edition?
They can go to hell. Actually, they play 30. That's why I haven't got rid of my 7th edition rule book. That's the rule book for 30K.
What if they want to play 6th edition?
Then they should go back to 1998. All right. I'm Big D. He's Little D. We're D's. And you're not. Have a good evening, all.
Night, everybody.